Good afternoon. It's another Thursday and another Incentive Concepts live episode. This is actually episode number 20, believe it or not, since we started this whole work from home and virtual work situation here with the ongoing pandemic. I'd like to welcome you all. My name is Andy Hudson, Director of Marketing for Incentive Concepts. I've got a great program for you today featuring our premium decorated gifts from a number of fantastic brands. Please let us know where you're watching from. Use the chat, engage with us, answer our questions, and feel free to put any comments and questions in there, and we'll take care of them. With that, let's get started. We've got the dream team together. They're back for more. We've got Kevin Hagan from Chicago, Raul Garcia, who's also from Chicago, Tom Sferratore from New York City, and Aaron Cookie, who's here in St. Louis, Missouri. You there, guys?
We're here.
Yes,
How are you,
Andy?
All right. Welcome, fellas. Good to see you. Like I said, it's the dream team. So, Kevin, I guess you're the captain.
Sure.
Okay, great. It's all so if this thing crashes and burns, it's all your fault. Okay.
That's usually how it goes.
Okay, great. So we're going to go around the horn today, but first we're going to start with you, Kevin. Kind of give us an overview of what we're talking about today and our amazing decoration program, please.
Yeah. So thanks, Andy. Appreciate it. We're just going to kind of go over some decoration ideas. It's something that Incentive Concepts has gotten into over the past couple of years and has been now very successful at that. We work hand in hand with all of our factories to make sure that we're decorating the products in the proper place where it's best suited for it. And, the type of decoration that we use on these materials will stay on and look good for a long period of time. So we do work closely with each of the factories and manufacturers to make sure this is the best possible way to decorate it, and we're going to show some of those items to you today.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we're going to get to everybody else here in a second, but before we do, I want to open it up for our first viewer question. So when was the last time you received a product with a company logo on it? And what was that product? Why don't you just go ahead and put that in the chat? When was the last time you received a product with a company logo on it? And what was that product? I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat. And just let us know. We'd like to hear exactly what you received, and that's what we're talking about today. So we are going to, before we get much further, we are going to, well, I guess we're going to turn it over to Raul first. I'm sorry. So Raul in Chicago, you're my man right now. Everybody else, if you guys could just turn your videos off. I think I'll turn one off for you there, Tom. So it's just you and me, my friend Raul. How you doing?
Very good. How are you, Andy?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for joining us today. What do you have to share with us today?
Yeah, so no worries. So my section, if you will, is going to touch on Costa, Lodge, and Corkcicle, which is, as everybody knows, if you were on last week's IC Live, you got to see this introduction. It's a new brand for us, so we're pretty excited to get going with that. But again, per Kevin's remark there, we do a lot of decoration, and in some cases we can do some intricate stuff. In other cases, it's just very simple. I don't have a big budget, so what can I do? So we'll start with Costa. Costa is probably the one where, the glasses in itself are pretty expensive, reasonably priced, but, pretty expensive. And you're not going to go ahead and decorate sunglasses. A lot of people just respect the Costa name and only want the Costa name on their sunglasses. So what we've done, actually what I see is we have these microfiber bags that we can actually decorate full color for you and include that with the shipment. So we've actually got a little tidbit here. So the Costa Del Mar brand was purchased by Luxottica. So there's a lot of changes going on over there. So we used to be able to do some really cool decorating with the brand. They just kind of put that on hold for right now, just trying to get their bearings in our market, right? Because they don't understand what we do. But once that comes to fruition and they understand what we can, opportunities that we can bring to them, we might be able to open up that a little bit more than what we currently have. But right now, what's been a great idea and suggestion for us is to go ahead and take a microfiber bag and decorate that. And the minimum order quantity is 50. So what's cool is, in some cases they don't have a huge budget. They can buy a bunch of these bags, but they only need 20 sunglasses. Everyone's willing to take another microfiber bag. It's not a huge cost to run with that. So again, super neat idea, very inexpensive, something to go ahead and complement the sunglasses with. The
Right,
second
and
brand.
just a quick highlight on that too. Is that are those microfiber bags? Are those good that you can like clean your glasses with them too?
Absolutely. Yep. So you can
Okay.
actually clean your glasses as well as store them. And as you know, all the Costa branded sunglasses come with their own case and microfiber bag as well. Excuse me, cleaning cloth, not a bag. So this is something, if you don't want to, again, look at these cases. Some of these are very protective and they're great and they do the job that it's supposed to do. But let's say you don't want to haul this thing around. You can take your microfiber bag and just throw your sunglasses in there and
Perfect.
put them in your pocket. So again, that's with Costa. Second brand that I'm going to touch on is Lodge. Now, a lot of people don't look, how the hell are we going to decorate Lodge? Well, the number one thing that we can do is the handle, right? So we can actually do, I'll bring that up to the camera there. So we can do a nice pad print of any logo you like on the handle. And, we got red and black, and I'll go ahead and complement the piece. We can do bundles. We can do whatever you want to go ahead and add that to it. One thing that actually what's pretty cool, and this is all going to be based on Lodge approval. Again, so if you've got a larger opportunity where you have several thousand SKUs, Lodge does have the ability, if you look at the back of this pan, it is stamped with the Lodge name. Lodge will allow, with their approval, if you have a great opportunity, they'll allow a company logo or design or whatever to be custom stamped on here. There's a cost for doing that, but again, if this is a larger opportunity where you certainly want something that's really custom, with the approval of Lodge, looking at what the opportunity is, you'd have the ability to stamp someone else's name on there. So that's pretty cool too. But again, really quick, inexpensive, just the handle. And I got to tell you, I do a lot with Lodge. I have a lot of these things because these pans get pretty hot when you get them cranked up and going. So really excited with that.
All right.
The last brand that I want to touch on really quick here is Corkcicle. Again, if you were on last week IC Live, you got a great introduction, from Kim and Mike regarding the brand. What's really cool, again, is we focused our energies. They have a lot of stuff, but we focused our energies on the drinkware category. We found that's probably going to be the home run for us right now, with a lot of people at home working from home. So what we can do here, again, bring it close to the camera, we can do a 4-color imprint as well as laser. Again, so these are great opportunities that you can bring to your customer. What's really awesome, it's a 48-piece minimum. So if you have something intricate that you want to do, you only have to process an order for 48 pieces, Again, with larger opportunity, you can actually do something so you can do a full wrap. That's a 2,500 piece minimum order quantity. Again, that's just something that's going to encompass the entire unit here, and it's going to be based on the custom design that you want. Or for a 1,000-piece minimum, they have a PMS color match. So let's say you have an insurance company, let's use State Farm, they're red, right? They're known for red. So you can actually match their color and get this done as well for a 1,000-piece minimum. So there is great opportunity with this, and anything you want to do, again, relatively inexpensive. Again, the product in itself sells itself, and a lot of people respect the name. But if you want to add just a little bit more flair to it and not spend a lot of money, we can just do very inexpensive custom decoration for you. And it's all done at IC. And again, with the larger quantities, we work with factories and take it from there. So that is it in a nutshell.
Well, great. You're moving fast, which is great because we're going to get to a couple others. But before we go too much further, you mentioned Corkcicle, and Kim Ballerine last week when she did our IC Live, afterwards, she asked if there was anything that she could do to help us out. And so she was kind enough to actually donate a pack of 4 of these beautiful dragonfly stemless wine cups right here. And I've got all 4 of them right next to me. And so we're actually going to give those away today to our viewers, to one of our viewers. So viewers, go over to incentiveconcepts.com/dragonfly. All right, dragonfly, one word, incentiveconcepts.com/dragonfly. Enter to win a set of 4 dragonfly wine cups. So that'll be a great gift and something that I'm definitely excited about because that dragonfly color is really cool. So, all right. So Raul, thank you very much. Kevin, why don't you hop back on real fast, and Raul, you can step aside. And Kevin, did we have any answers to our first question? When was the last time you received a product with a company logo on it, and what was it?
We did have a couple of answers here. One, Bobby said she received a Briggs backpack with an IC logo on it. I wonder where that came from. And Mary Pat received eyeglass cleaner and cloth from Clarkson Eye Care.
Okay,
So,
good.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wanted to also just kind of say, Raul, great job on that, and some really good points on some of the things that people are looking for. The product does speak for itself with the brand names, and we've always kind of gone by that. But it does add that extra flair, as Bobby said, with the backpack and the company name on there to help promote that and just remind you where it came from. But that was a really good job. I appreciate what you did, Raul.
Yep, great job, Raul. And we're going to head over to New York now and bring Tom on. So, Tom, if you could turn on your camera and your audio, we'd appreciate that, as long as Tom is coming here.
I'm here. You need to turn on my video.
Oh, really? Jeez, Louise. I guess
Come on, Andy.
I guess I turned off the video for Tom. I was trying to help him out, but now I got to turn him back on, or ask him to turn it back on. So while we're waiting for Tom, don't forget to enter for those Corkcicle wine cups. There's 4 of them. incentiveconcepts.com/dragonfly. Sorry about that, Tom. I apologize. So Kevin,
I'm sure that was my fault.
Yes, yes. The captain of the dream team is always responsible for mistakes.
Go down with the boat.
Exactly. All right, Tom, you're up. Kevin, we'll see you back here in a few minutes. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So Tom, you're in New York, and I know you live in a relatively small apartment. So you're going to kind of focus on some stuff that's a little bit better for urban city living, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's correct, Andy. And as everybody is adjusting to this work from home environment, living in an apartment like I do in Queens, having noise cancellation headphones to work with is a huge asset for me, especially when my wife and I are both on calls and Zoom meetings all day. She's actually in the other room now on her own call, so hopefully she doesn't hear me and I don't hear her. We do have a couple of over-the-ear noise cancellation options from Bose, including the noise canceling 700s that I'm wearing now, also the Quiet Comfort 35s. We also have noise canceling earbuds that have doubled up here around my neck, the Quiet Control 30s. All offer great quality noise cancellation, help drown out the noise outside and the coworkers and sometimes the little kids running around as we're trying to get our work done. As far as being on the go and getting out there and commuting, the Bose SoundSport wireless headphones here are a great option for while you're out and about. I do use those when I'm out for my sanity runs around my neighborhood to get out of my apartment for a little bit. And then with all the headphones that we sell from Bose, they all include a case, all of which have options for decoration. So this is the noise canceling 700 case. We have the ability to do a 1-color imprint, laser engraving, as well as full color UV decoration. With the SoundSport wireless headphones here, they do come with a soft case that we are able to do a 1-color imprint on as well. There is also an optional charging case accessory that we can do that imprint just for additional charging power, give you up to 18 hours of continuous play with that charging case. When it comes to also being out and about, one of the things that I like to do here in the city is get out on my bike. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more people that are going to be commuting in that fashion, as I know I'm not ready to get on the subway anytime soon. So what I like to use is my Bose SoundLink micro Bluetooth speaker with the strap on the back. I'm able to hook this right up to my handlebars and have music playing with me all along my ride. With the SoundLink Micro, I'm going to come around here so you can see this more closely. Okay. We actually have 2 decoration options available. So this would be our laser engraving. I'm going to try to get that so we can get a good shot of that. Laser engraving. Mm-hmm. And this is our 1-color imprint. So we are able to do 1 color, white or black, on the SoundLink Micro Bluetooth speakers.
And while you're talking about those, one thing I remember was it took a long time for us to perfect the ink to use on that because of the stretchiness. And what's great is instead of just doing it with an outside company, we've got the actual ink that's going to make sure to really be durable on that. So very important, I would say, for durability purposes.
Absolutely, absolutely. The last thing we want to do is decorate an item that we sell to one of our customers and have that logo wiped right off. So we're only using the highest quality inks to make sure that that never happens.
Okay.
Moving on from Bose, I do also have some items here from Briggs Riley and Ricardo Beverly Hills. When we talk about commuting around the city, always nice to have a really slick looking backpack. This here is the Dell Medium Backpack. This is a brand new item from Briggs & Riley that just launched this spring. You can see our embroidered logo on the front here. This is the ZDX large cargo satchel. Again, same thing. You can see our embroidery on the front here. With Briggs Riley, we can do embroidery up to 20,000 stitches on all of their soft-sided merchandise. And we can do up to 15 different colors as well. Other small options from Briggs & Riley, hard to see, but a luggage tag and a handle wrap that we can emboss with initials, monogram. Next, I'm going to move over to our packing cubes from Ricardo Beverly Hills. These come in a pack of 3, large, medium, and small. These are hugely popular. You can put your pants in one, shirts in another, socks in another, as I have here. Use it to separate your clean clothes from your dirty clothes, something like that. Finally, I have the travel organizer from Ricardo Beverly Hills. This is great for all your toiletries and small little gadgets to take along with you. Just like the Briggs & Riley pieces, these can be embroidered as well, again, up to 20,000 stitches. So the embroidery, that's going to be done directly at the factories with Briggs & Riley and Ricardo Beverly Hills. So Andy, I know you said you're going to be visiting some colleges this weekend, so you can load up your large cargo satchel with your packing cubes and be on your way and nice and organized.
Yep. I'm taking my son on his first college visits. I think we're not going to leave the car pretty much, but we are going to need to take some extra clothes with us because we're going to probably spend 2 nights in a hotel with our masks on and maybe just jump in a big plastic bag to make sure we're safe. But
there you go.
Great, Tom. Great. So if anybody has any questions about that, especially if they're in your region, just reach out to Tom and he can get you all the information you need on any of those products. Great overview, Tom. Thank you so much. All right, Kevin, you're back on, Captain Kevin. We want to see what's going on over here. Thanks a lot, Tom. How do you do there, Captain?
Great. Excellent. Great job, Tom. I like the packing cubes come in handy for a lot of reasons. You can even pack up like a little lunch or a snack to take out when you're camping or hiking or something. So, keep your sanitizer in there and a couple of extra masks or something. It's just it's a nice way to kind of keep everything together. So those are great items.
For sure. Don't forget to sign up to win Corkcicle Dragonfly stemless wine cups. I just
signed up. I'm good.
Did you? Well, no, because my wife said that she really wants them. She saw them on the back patio earlier, and she's like, "Man, I really want those." So, well, maybe she's watching. She doesn't like these things though.
There you go.
I think since we're talking about drinkware, the second viewer question has to do with drinkware. And so how many impressions does a logoed drinkware product generate in its lifetime? So how many impressions do you think a logoed drinkware product generates in its lifetime? That's going to be our second viewer question. So go ahead and type that in there, and I'm going to put that in the comments real quick. Kevin, I don't know if you know the answer yet. So do you have a guess?
I don't know the answer, but I would say 2,000.
Okay, good guess. 2,000. I'm sure Kate's watching and she's probably Googling it right now.
She doesn't Google. No
That's
Googling.
right. That's right. Okay, so make sure to answer that question, please. We'd like to hear from you on that. Now we're going to bring in Aaron Cook, who's here in St. Louis. So Cookie, if you are there he is. Kevin, you're going to step aside again.
Gotcha.
We were having a little trouble with Cookie's Wi-Fi earlier, so hopefully we do okay. But looks like you got some big stuff there, Cookie.
Yeah, I do. So actually, one of the cool things we do is everyone knows we do a lot of incentive program fulfillment, recognition fulfillment. And in the past, a lot of these larger items we'll take a look at today. We've only been able to offer blank one-piece units, drop ship it out for an award or whatever. So we're going to take a look at some ways in which we can actually decorate these and give some additional use and some added value to those. So let me try and move my camera around here. See if I can get you a little bit better angle, but without breaking anything. So Pop-A-Shot. So, probably my favorite sporting event of the year, I'm sure a lot of people's, is March Madness. So unfortunately canceled this year. We didn't get to go through that, do the office pools and do all that fun stuff. But the Pop-A-Shot here, this is one of our most popular items as we get into that season. So you think about something that's relatively light, easy to ship, quick to put together. We can actually do, if you see our fireball backboard here,
Nice.
do a little customization to the backboard. So it makes a great piece if you're doing any type of dealer loader programs. You want to get that premium space at the front of the store. It's a great item to bring in, ship into the supermarkets, build a display around it. You know, maybe that's a leave behind for the store manager or for their employee of the month, something like that. But you can also go a little bit further. I mean, it can be, you know, maybe some type of retail store that wants to have a national contest or promotion, district managers that hit certain numbers. Maybe it's just companies want to have something for their employees to win. So really is a really cool product. And again, I think when we get to March this year, I think everybody's going to be even more excited for March Madness. So definitely something to keep in mind as we get into the first of the year in February, and hopefully we're back to a little bit more normal and games are being played.
Okay. But before we move over to the next thing, can you at least make a swish there for us or try it?
Well, I actually was shooting these earlier while you guys were talking, and I made 98.6% of my free throws from here.
Oh, that's the one miss. Okay. All right. What else have you got for us? All right, we're having a little bit of a Wi-Fi.
All right. So I'm going to try and go mobile here. My camera skills aren't the greatest, but again, you know, talking about indoor stuff, maybe kind of that large trophy value, things where you're not necessarily going to go out and order a ton of units of these, but you do want to order a handful for maybe some, you know, sweepstakes winners, contest winners, people you want to recognize with something a little above and beyond, maybe a something, you know, your smaller promotional product. So we can do full digital decoration on the tabletop there. And then we can do the paddles. We can do some table tennis balls. So we can do a full on bundle of whatever kind of fits together there to make a nice price package.
Okay, we're not gonna watch you hit tennis table balls because we don't want you to miss like you missed the basketball shot there. But
well, I actually play with no backhand, believe it or not.
Oh, okay, good. I'll have to see that sometime.
I use a right hand forehand, and then I switch to my left hand.
Wow, ambidextrous.
All right, so now we're getting over to the grill here. So we featured the grill before in a couple of these IC lives. Again, Broil King's been a great partner of ours. Domestically made premium products. We can do full panel customization. You can do the full panel. You can do a smaller logo or decal, gas grills, pellet grills, smokers, you name it. We can bundle that up if you want to do a little bit smaller. We have our toolkit here.
Mm-hmm.
We can do a nice logo engrave on. What's cool about this Porta Chef toolkit, this is actually your cutting board. So kind of doubles as your cutting board, all your tools inside, wash that up, tools back in, you can kind of put it all together, take it on the go.
Is that grill that's right
again,
there? Is that grill actually decorated? Can you go a little lower on it, or is it? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool.
Yep. So that's.
Yep. We're having a little Wi-Fi problems with Cookie, but oh, here he comes.
But then
yeah, we're still having some Wi-Fi problems with Aaron, so we're gonna maybe just stall here a little bit while he gets. Okay, there we go. We're back, Cookie.
So we'll take a look at our again. So this is our kind of retro cooler. This is part of our custom direct program. So we're now able to directly source merchandise overseas from China and Asia. And it really gives us a lot more flexibility into rather than just taking a stock product and putting a logo on it. Now we can actually start from idea creation. What do you want? How do you want it to look like? How many bells and whistles do you want to be on it? What price point do you want to be at? And we can start from concept all the way through pre-production production samples all the way through full production and delivery here to the United States.
Awesome. Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Cookie. I do want to point out that for those of you that have been with us since we started this whole IC Live thing, we received a great recognition recently for our Incentive Concepts Live with Broil King, which I think was only our second episode back in April when we started this. The ASI group actually awarded us with the Best Use of Video Award for their counselor awards program this year. So we're happy that that happened. And a lot of people have got their eyes on that video. So kudos to Jason Radford for his participation in that. And I know he was in Buffalo in the freezing cold weather, grilling steaks and some other stuff for us. So way to go, Radford. And Aaron, any last things to show us there, or is that it?
That's about it. We do have, if we have a little bit of time, we do have our tailgate table. So let me see if I can get a kind of, you see the football field there with the Incentive Concepts logo. So a great packable table, can be used for a variety of things. You know, a lot of people like to play certain types of games with red Solo cups on those, but you can certainly just use it as a tailgate table to maybe put your food spread out. Again, fingers crossed we get into football season, hopefully at some point, whether it's this year or next year, we're getting out and tailgating again, and we can take advantage of some of these products.
Yep. Or we could do a home gating or something like that. I know that's a popular term right now on Instagram and elsewhere. So, all right. Thanks a lot, Aaron. Great job. Work on those free throws, please.
Yep.
I don't believe you when you said 98.6 because you just missed one. So keep working on it. All right. Kevin's coming back for one last time. Kevin, we had the question about how many impressions does a piece of drinkware receive? What were some of the answers?
We had a few answers. So Jennifer answered with 1,000 impressions. Mary Pat said 1,500. Regina won 1,501, just like The Price is Right, to try and beat her out a little bit. And Dan Bowles said 500. And there's no other answer from Kate. She must be working hard on an event somewhere. So,
all right. So on the screen share, I just put it up there. The answer is 1,400 impressions promotional drinkware receives in its lifetime. So I think whoever had 1,500. Mary Pat. Good job, Mary Pat. And you can see some other interesting stats there about drinkware. So going back to the whole Corkcicle thing, that's a great opportunity to get your brand in front of people. Speaking of Corkcicle, one last reminder to go to incentiveconcepts.com/dragonfly for those awesome dragonfly wine cups. And that pretty much does it, except, oh, I'm sorry, Kevin, you were going to announce something that we're going to be releasing here in the next week or two.
Yeah, I'll get to that one sec. I just did want to also say, Aaron, great job. A lot of the big products there are interesting and very unique. I think the way that I've seen some of those also used are at some live events with corporations. They put their corporate name on the tennis table, and they put their corporate name on the other table for tailgating and so forth, so that the people and the clients can use those during the live event, and then the company takes it back to their office or something to use in their break room. So another great usage for some of the larger products that Aaron was showing, but a great job there as well.
Yep.
We don't expect everybody to remember all this, so we did want to talk a little bit about the new catalog that we created that's coming out. Andy, if you could share the new look of this catalog, I think it's great. It's in a flip book format, which is unique for us. It's something a little bit different, but very easy to maneuver through and look at. So just a real good overview of everything that we can do. Shows you where the product can be decorated and the styles and types of decoration we can use on each of those products. So we are finalizing this just with a couple of extra touches here, and we'll be blasting it out to all of our customers and sales reps to have in their hands so that they can see what we can do for you and your customer.
Yeah, it's a really great piece. Kudos to Katie on our team for her graphic design skills. She does an amazing job. And
yes,
like Kevin said, we'll get that out to everybody in the next couple of weeks. So fantastic. Yep. All right. If I could bring everybody back on, if you don't mind, just to say one last hello to everybody. There's Raul. There's Tom, there's Cookie. All right, great. So guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I wish we could all be doing this in person, but this is the next best thing. And I'm sure you feel the same about hanging out with Kevin, Captain Kevin, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Wow, that was really good. You could do a lot better than that, guys. Come on. Wow.
All right. Well, the dream team did great. Did great. We'll have to have you back again. Speaking of coming back, next week we are going to have a great episode. We're bringing Danielle Bishop with HB Hospitality back on, and Kate Rank, who's our reigning viewer poll question champion. She's going to come back, and we're going to talk about some successful opportunities that HB and Incentive Concepts have partnered in, taking live events and transforming them into virtual events, and really using the power of recognition and gifts to engage and connect with the event attendees, even though they're virtual. So it's kind of an amazing story about how much more engagement and responsiveness they've accomplished here in the last several weeks since they've gone totally virtual. So make sure to tune in for that, 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central on Thursday, August 27th. With that concludes our last or this episode. Cookie, great job. Keep working on those free throws. Tom, stay safe in New York. We love hearing from you. And Raul, go over and throw snowballs at Kevin's house sometime soon, or TP his house or something. Okay. And Kevin, keep smiling, because that's what we love about you.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks,
Take
man.
care.
Thanks,
Thank you all.
Take
Have a
care,
great day,
everybody.